I'm Jordan Belfort, and this is Sales School. This is the time where you have to really take stock in yourself. You gotta ask yourself this question, right? What type of life do I wanna live? Do I wanna really have an extraordinary life? Do I wanna be an example to my children? Do I wanna support those around me, not just financially, but emotionally? Do I wanna be a pillar of my community, a light that just lifts everyone else up around me? Or do I wanna be just like an average slug that moves through the world, doesn't create, doesn't give, just gets by? I don't know about you, but that's like death to me. The thought of living that life is death. When I was growing up, we had this belief that was circulating around the school systems, and our parents would tell us this, and we heard it on the news, in the movies, and it was reinforced in pop culture through TV series and movies, that the real route to success and happiness in life was to go get a job at a very big company, stay there for 25 years or so, retire, get your gold watch or whatever you get, and with your pension, and between that and Social Security, that you could live a nice retirement. That turned out to be a pack of lies. The pension funds went bankrupt, they were devalued with inflation, and it turned out that the Social Security and your pension combined was basically barely enough to pay for your diapers while you were in a nursing home. It doesn't work. It was a lie. There is no golden parachute that one gets from living that life. You know what you end up getting when you take that tack? You get a golden shower. The world pisses on you, okay? And you end up broke, no money, disempowered, relying on others, waiting for your next handout from the government. Is that what you want in life? Honestly, you have the ability to make the world the way you want it, to shape your life and to shape your destiny. That's your choice. And it starts with getting active in educating yourself, both on the inner game of success and the outer game, the outer world skills. Do not let your life pass you by. My dad passed this week, right? He was a great man, okay? And thankfully, because of me, and he's the first one that would say this, thankfully that I had cracked the code for making a lot of money, and I was able to retire my parents. And by the way, all these people, so many of you are, I'm not talking to you, you are the motivational bullshit artists. So I retired my parents. I actually did. Just so you know, I actually did retire my parents, all right? So that is an awesome thing, but there's so much that whole thing about you're gonna retire your parents, and who was that guy, Sam Ovens, I'm gonna retire, a bunch of nonsense, okay? I mean, these people, really. I mean, honestly, I did retire my parents, and it feels amazing. I retired my wife, I retired my second wife to the shopping, from Madison Avenue, I guess, to shop, right? But the point is that, you really have a chance right now to take a deep breath and just say, you know what? All right, what kind of life do I want to live? You're not going to get a do-over. Maybe you believe in multiple lives. I don't know. Maybe you do, But I don't think you come back remembering your old life, so what does it really matter? They always say, this is my fifth life. Okay, great. Tell me about the other four. Tell me. If you don't remember them, does it really matter in terms of how you'll, today? God, I'll go out with a bang. I mean, live your life to the fullest. Don't, drag yourself out of bed. Pop out of bed in the morning. Embrace life. Go after it. Attack it. And the only way to do that is to skill up. And it starts with learning how to close. Because if you can't close, then you can't even begin to shape the world the way you want it. That's what closing's all about. It's about shaping the world the way you want it, getting people who don't see things your way to say things your way and to pay you. As they're saying, yeah, you were right, I'll buy. I mean, that's what it's really about. It's the beginning. It's the essence. Influence and persuasion is the essence of living an empowered life. And anyone who tells you differently is full of shit. They just are. You must know how to get your point across to other people. It doesn't have to be a traditional sales setting. You could be a mom trying to get your kids to believe in a certain set of beliefs, even to make their bed, do their homework. You could be a teacher. trying to sell your students on the value of education. You could be a lawyer trying to influence a jury on the innocence of your client. You could be a pastor trying to influence your congregation, a politician trying to influence your constituency. It goes on and on. Tell me someone who's living a first-class life that doesn't have the ability to influence and persuade. Tell me. I'll give you a couple. There are some. Steve Wozniak. Just a brilliant mechanical engineer. Are you Steve Wozniak? He's like one of the worst communicators I've ever met. But wow, what a talent that guy has. He don't need to. So if you're Steve Wozniak, good for you, good on you. I guess you could just find the jobs. But without a jobs, he ain't going anywhere. But he's a brilliant man, and I respect him tremendously. But he would be, without Steve Jobs, you know where he'd be? Working as a low-level guy in Hewlett-Packard. Probably a high level because he's just so brilliant and talented. But you know what I'm talking about. Are you Rembrandt? Do you have to say, are you Michael Jordan? I don't know. I guess, yeah, there are some people. There are. I guess there are some people who can, and even Michael Jordan, though, his personality, all right, makes him such a great brand. There are a handful of people in the world that can get by on sheer physical ability or beauty, looks like a supermodel. Are you a supermodel? Or are you like me? I'm an average person with an incredible skill to persuade. And that one skill, and I'm a smart guy as well, right? I got a lot of brain power behind that, which is part of my ability just to close. But that's all learnable. It's learnable. You can't learn to be Roger Federer. You can't. I tried. You can't. All right? You're not going to learn to become Steve Wozniak or Michael Jordan. But you can learn to be a world-class closer. You can learn to be a first-class marketer. You can learn to be a businessman who gets rich on whatever it is you want, knows the rules of success. Your life is in your hands. So I got to just tell you, unless you got some specialized skill that you were born with and you're that 1 in a million, get to work. Get to work. And don't wait until your 30s like some people say. I just disagree with that. I disagree. Don't wait that long. Because let me tell you something, you get tireder and tireder the older you get. You don't want to be in your 70s and your 60s still struggling. God, I've lived 4 lives already. I'm in my 50s, Get rich now. Money's not the be-all, end-all, I'll admit that. But I'll tell you what, I've been rich and I've been really happy. And I've been rich and I've been really unhappy. I've been poor and I've been really unhappy. But I have never been poor and happy. Never. I have never been poor and happy. I promise you. And I'll tell you what, I bet you're the same. All right? And if you're not being real. Money matters. It's not going to make you happy, but a lack of it will make you miserable. And will cause stress in your life, early death, the inability to help those you love, to empower the community around you, and just to live a great life. You deserve to live a great life. So skill up. Invest in yourself. Take action. Become strong. It starts with what you know, the skills that you can possess and learn, internalize, and then use those skills in the real world. Bottom line. I love you all. Have a great weekend. You'll hear from me tomorrow again. Lighter stuff. It's time to roll, guys. We're at the end of the program here, the formal side, right? You keep going, but the formal training, 1 more week of this, then they keep going over it again and again. But the formal training is your first dose of it. Now's the time. Take the world by the, canyons, or say whatever, Take the world. Don't let it pass you by. I promise you, you'll be sorry if you do it. I promise you. You'll be so sorry if you pass up this opportunity to live life the way you should. And you'll be so happy if you do. Just imagine your life in 1 year from now. Imagine being the top producer. Imagine being a master influencer. Just imagine how great your life is going to be. And how great the people around you, how great their life is going to be. Just imagine that. Think about that.